You know, most people don't like sales. Most people don't like having to persuade somebody to do something, negotiating, overriding objections. Most people do not like it, and most people don't like having to leave their house, then going to meet somebody that may be late or may already be there, but you don't know what's waiting for you there. You don't know necessarily what's going to happen. Most people don't want to risk their lives to go and flip phones. Most people don't even want to deal with that anymore. Most people don't want to have to do all the hard work, and I understand. Right? I'm going to give you guys in this video a full breakdown on how I have been able to actually flip phones while in my sleep. And I'm going to give you guys this breakdown not because you guys need to stop going and meeting people, because that's still the most effective way, but how can you actually make money phone flipping without having to necessarily do anything? Not only just that, how do you make sure that you don't technically have to pay for this? And how do you automate your business, especially phone flipping, to actually scale? See, let's make this very clear. Phone flipping is an income stream that is great for any type of individual, especially if you're an individual that has a weekly check or a bi-weekly check that you want to flip and make more money. Prime example, if you get paid $600 every 2 weeks, you can flip that $600 into $2,000 every single month. I've seen it. Matter of fact, I have students that do it all the time. But the point of the matter is how do you do that while also scaling and making it so that that 2,000 turns to 6, turns to 10, turns to 12? How can you actually do it? Oh, I have students that have done that as well. See, the reason I'm bringing you this video is because, see, I've seen a lot of videos, including my own videos, where we sit down and we talk about how to do this and how to do that. But a lot of people are missing the main point of phone flipping. Phone flipping is meant to scale. Phone flipping isn't meant for you just to phone flip for the rest of your life. That will be very taxing on the body and the mind, and also very, very unsafe at some point, because if you keep moving the same way, people then start to predict your movements, and then boom, you end up in dangerous situations. You're talking to someone that has ended up in a lot of dangerous situations. Phone flipping. I've been phone flipping for over a decade, and I promise you this, by the end of this video, you guys will have a clear insight on how to take your phone flipping business to the next level. And again, you might not have ever thought of doing this, but it's possible. I have a total of 12 people that I talk to daily in a group chat that do this, and they have automated their phone flipping business to actually being able to phone flip without having to lift a pinky. Matter of fact, not even having to wake up. They automatically are given phones, and I'm going to tell you guys how to do it right now. Now, first, let's talk about phone flipping. Why is phone flipping still relevant, right? So phone flipping is when you're buying phones lower than market value and then you're selling them for market value or higher. Now, I am known for having the phone flippers price list with 50 phone flipping buyers, 25 in the country and 25 internationally. I'm known for having this service and being able to help phone flippers scale to 5 figures monthly. I've helped a total of 86 last year, and right now, currently as we speak, I'm working on my 36th person being able to make 5 figures monthly. Now, if you guys don't know, phone flipping is not something that will ever die. Phones will always be relevant. Apple loves phone flipping because you help keep their brand going all around. And again, I love phone flipping because it's a good way to flip your money. So you can literally flip phones 2 different ways, to consumers or to buyers. Buyers are going to buy the phone immediately. They're going to give you less money. Consumers, it may take a while, but they'll give you the most money. Now, the way that I go ahead and I get phones is I'll go to OfferUp, I'll go to Facebook Marketplace. OfferUp is going to be a platform where you're going to be able to cater to a lot of hustlers, people that get phones out of stores, people that get phones and resell them that they find. Facebook is more of a traditional site where you're going to have a older audience and an audience that probably sells phones that they find in their drawer, or the phone that they did not trade in at T-Mobile or AT&T. You're going to find those types of sellers. So why phone flipping doesn't die? Because people keep buying phones, and phone flipping will never die. It's a great income stream to get into, but I will say it is an income stream, or just an area of making reselling easier for you that I have fell in love with throughout the years. I started phone flipping in 2014. Phone flipping is the reason I didn't end up homeless. And phone flipping is something that I think anybody could do if they operate with their money wisely. Now, if you are somebody out there that has phone flip, but you're not seeing the same success that I'm talking about, it's common, because a lot of people don't phone flip to have a purpose. They phone flip to make money, and when they phone flip to make money, they technically don't really see huge profits because they're not notating what they're selling. They're not making sure they have the correct profit margins. They're not making sure that they have a change fund, which is a certain amount of money that you start with every month so that you can monitor to see if you're actually coming out profitable. They're not operating it like it's a business. Are you operating your phone flipping business like a business or like just a hobby? Is it just something you do just to get out the house? Well, this method I'm going to tell you about, you don't have to leave the house, but also you have to really understand this is only going to keep going up. So you might as well get on a trend now. Let's talk about the old way of phone flipping. The old way of phone flipping is, hey, you have some money, go on OfferUp, or you go on Facebook, you go and make offers on phone. Now you're making these offers on phone, somebody bites and say, okay, I'll sell it, and then you go and you schedule a meeting location, preferably in public. You go ahead and meet up, you go meet them, they take forever, or you may be late. You have to go about your day and schedule a timing in your day to put aside to meet this person, and they have to do the same. You then collect the phone. You collect the phone, now you pay the person the cash. Now this is the most dangerous part because you don't want them to rip the phone from your hand, and you also don't want your cash to be stolen either. So now after you do that, next you're going to go ahead, take the phone, and you're going to go and hit up a buyer, or even just go list it back up on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, or whatever platform you choose. That is the old way. Now that way is okay, but again, it's very time consuming. And also, let's make this clear. You can't make $800 a day if you're used to making $50 per phone flip. It would be virtually impossible because you would have to be everywhere at once. So my question to you is, how do people like me make a bunch of money phone flipping and we're only one person just like you? Like, what's the difference between me and you? Well, I don't do it just the old way. I do the old way though, sometimes when I choose, but phone flipping income wise, it's not beneficial to me just doing it the old way. The new way, that's how I make most of my money. Now, throughout this video, I'm actually towards the end going to share with you guys how much money I made this week. Now, this week, I have been able to do this, and I'm gonna share the system out with you guys, and you're gonna see exactly how much money I made from 4 locations, okay? 4. Now, I do want to make this clear. I am not a guru. I'm not somebody that's different than you. I'm a hustler, okay? The only difference between me and some other people is that I want it more, and I live this, I sleep this, I breathe this. This is me, right? Now, the system is this. You have to understand there are certain locations out there that are dying for business. There are certain locations out there that are struggling, especially with the way the world is going, the way the economy is going. There's places out there that are struggling. There are also places out there that are struggling because more competition is coming. Prime example, T-Mobile is starting to get rid of their phone stores, and now they're going to create entertainment sessions and services, or entertainment stores. Sort of kind of like an Xfinity, right? Where now they bundle the home internet with the phones, and now people come to their stores to get the internet, and it has TVs, and instead of it being a phone store, it's going to be an entertainment store. But they have also created contracts with stores, well, they offer my store, but contracts with repair locations to fix phones, T-Mobile phones, when people have insurance claims. Why is this important? It's important because an insurance claim is going to be paid by the consumer per month on their bill, which means they don't have to pay that much money going to these repair shops, which means repair shops that don't have the contracts with T-Mobile aren't going to be making as much money as the repair shops that are contracted, which means that the repair shop down the street that doesn't have a contract with T-Mobile is now competing with T-Mobile. now competing with Assurance, now competing with Assurance. And the point of the matter is that all of these repair shops can't all get the same contracts. They can't all work with T-Mobile. So some of them are going to be struggling for business because consumers are going to be going to the T-Mobile partner locations. This is where we come in. But not just repair shops. Let's actually talk about pawn shops. Pawn shops? Yes, pawn shops. Pawn shops, they are hit and miss. You have some pawn shops that are doing great. You have some that aren't doing too well. Pawn shops, they have ups and downs because they are taking in a lot of products and giving out a lot of cash. Now, they take in assets and they don't necessarily know when they're going to sell, but they utilize platforms like eBay, Amazon to sell faster nowadays instead of waiting for somebody to come in and request something. But one thing they hate buying is phones. Why? Because see, with phones, things get a little shaky. If I'm a pawn shop, right, I'll go and look at the device that you're trying to sell me, but the only way I can tell what it's worth is by what? eBay. eBay is one of the most inaccurate places that you can tell the value of devices. So, pawn shops have struggled finding the market value for phones. So they tend to guess. But you there are a phone flipper, right? And you are used to knowing the value for phones, right? So, I wonder how you could become an asset to a pawn shop. Interesting. Matter of fact, not just a pawn shop. I wonder how you could become an asset to a repair location. A location that is struggling to have people walk in the door. But when they do walk in the door, some people walk in the door with phones that need to be unlocked and phones that are iCloud locked or phones that they want to get repaired but don't get repaired. Well, what do the repair shops do in those circumstances? Do they just tell the customers we can't do it? I wonder who they can hit up instead. You. So let me explain. What you do is you go to a pawn shop and you say, hey, my name is Brandon. I am a phone buyer in the local area. I own a reselling company. Or you can say I own a buyback company. Either or. Now, what I do is I buy devices. And what I want to do with you is I want to create a partnership. If you have somebody walk in here and try to sell a cell phone, or maybe I may send somebody in here to sell a phone to you, I want you to buy it. And now, just before you buy it, I want you to give me a call and I'll give you the market value of what I would pay. You can then go ahead and negotiate with the person that's trying to sell that device on whatever price you would like. I'll pick up all the phones at the end of the week. Or you can say daily. I do at the end of the week. Same thing for repair shops. Hey, I know you get a lot of people that come in and say that they have phones locked, and I know they call a lot asking, do you unlock phones? I don't unlock, nor do I fix iCloud locks, but I do buy the phone. So could you please make sure that you're letting people know when they call that you actually do buy phones that are locked and you don't unlock them, but you will give them cash. Can you please do that for me? And I'm going to tell you, a lot of the smart store owners and pawn shop owners, they're going to say yes. Now, the beautiful thing about this is 9 times out of 10 with the 12 students that I'm talking about that I'm currently working with, they don't have to pay anything for the people to partner with them. Why? Because we're all benefiting each other. The repair locations, they can skim and take money off top if they want. All I'm doing is telling them how much I am going to buy the phone for. Same thing with the pawn shop. So it's a win-win. And this technique that I am telling you guys about is not a technique a lot of phone flippers talk about at all. I wonder why. You want to know why? Because a lot of them are fraudulent. They're not really scaling. Now, why do you do this and why would you do this method? You do this method because this method is the only way that you're going to be able to scale consistently. What do I mean? Well, let me show you guys, okay? So I'm going to show you guys some real life examples, okay? And these are phones that have been gotten by me and the students. Okay, all these locations are not all locations that I personally got, but some of my students as well, which I provide some of the income, which means I'm eating off of some of this too. We have an iPhone 16 512, iPhone 16 Pro 256, an iPhone 16 Pro Max 512, and then an iPhone 16 256. and we got paid $2,290. Okay, $2,290. Next, we have an iPhone 15 Blue, iPhone 14, 256, iPhone 16, and we got paid $2,280. Now, what you're gonna see, prices always sort of kind of even out based upon different locations, because see, it's law of averages. The more people that walk in, the more people you can sell, and these are leads that you don't even have to generate. These are leads that the store are promoting and the store signs, or if they have commercials, they're promoting it, you're not promoting it, so you get free promotion as well. All right, the next one, iPhone 13, 112, iPhone 13 Pro, iPhone 14 Pro Max, $1,280. And last one, iPhone 12, 13, 15, and 13, we got paid $1,260. I read the other one wrong. That totals to $7,110. This is how much money throughout last week we made off of just doing it with the method I just taught you. Now, I go really in depth in this method. I give you how to approach them. I give you the word for word to say to all of these store owners, and also the contracts to sign with them, so that you can actually make sure that you are sealing this as business and making sure you inspect what you expect and that you are good on your end. Now, I do this all within my community, of course, which I'm not trying to sell my community on you guys, but I'm letting you guys know I go more in depth with my students. Now, one thing I will tell you guys though, because I don't want to gatekeep, is that all you gotta do literally is draw up a contract that just says, hey, my company name is such and such, your company name is such and such, we are in a partnership, I will pick the phones up at this time, you guys will take off whatever profit you want to take off. All I will do is take the money that I say that I will take. Now, as the phones are in your possession, you are responsible. When they're in my possession, I'm responsible. That's basically what the contract says, okay? And when you want to go, and again, I'm not gatekeeping, if you want to go in there and talk to them, just basically tell them what I said in the middle of this video, which is, hey man, I got a buyback company, I'm looking for more partners. Your location seems to be the perfect partner, and hey, if I want to meet somebody, if you would be kind enough to let me actually meet them in here, I'll throw you $20. But if you guys say these things to them, you're going to establish connections. Make sure you got business cards too. And I'm telling you right now, it works. And this is one of the best lazy ways to be able to phone flip. And I'm telling you right now, also scale. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys need any help, I want you guys to text me right now, phone flip. Okay, text me right now, phone flip 445-500-9600. I will actually let you guys get into my mentorship, and I'll give you guys 50% discounts just for watching the end of the video. It's not about the money to me, it's about the receipts. And as you guys see, we already make money together. We break bread. That's 7K breaking bread with my students. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys got a lot out of this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.